One of my favourite Cubelet creations is like a bucking Bronco, like a horse that rocks back and forth with one set of wheels going one way and the other set of wheels going the other way. And I thought to myself, oh, can I make one out of Spike Prime? So when I started building my robot, I knew I had to have two motors opposite each other. Each motor was going to control two wheels. I slipped a hub on top and I made sure that the motors were facing opposite each other with the holes in both motors exposed so I could plug axles in if I wanted to. Tried to get the cables out of the way because you never want cables getting in the way of your wheels. So I added one wheel to one side, one wheel to the other side, but then I had to put an axle in the flat side of each motor so the wheel would turn the same way as the opposite wheel. And just add an axle with a couple of the longer blue pins. And after I put a longer blue pin into the white part of the motor, then I could put an axle in the middle of that and a small beam, which is a 3-hole beam that held it all in place. So that was pretty good. That was adding a bit more stability to that side, the axle on that side. I used one of those yellow cylinders. I thought two might work, but then I realized I just need one and maybe a couple of the yellow bushes. So I got a couple of the yellow bushes out, stuck it next to that cylinder, and the axle could still rotate quite easily. And the cable wasn't really in the way, and the wheel wouldn't rub on the motor or on the hub. So that's what I did basically on both sides. I put a cylinder, a little beam, a couple of bushes, and it was pretty important that I've made it parallel to the other wheel on the same side. So the cables got in the way a little bit, but it's really important that you don't get them in the way of the wheels. They can't get caught in the wheels, otherwise it's just not going to work. So I tried doing it on the other end, on the other motor. I put two blue long pins in first, and then I put the 3-hole beam on top of that eventually, and the axle in the middle. It was a grey axle. The size of an axle is basically how long it is. This one's 9L. That's the one I used on mine. It basically means that if you held it up against a beam, how many holes would it equal on a beam? So there's 9 holes in this beam. It's about the same length as the axles, so it's a 9L. The cylinder went on next, and then the two bushes, and I found that was pretty good. That gave me a wheel that was pretty well parallel to the other one, which is good. But both those wheels at the back will turn in the same direction, and the ones at the front are going to spin in the opposite direction to the ones in the back. So the cable management was a bit annoying, but I just got to get it in a position where it's not getting tangled. I don't use those little clips anymore because they damage your motors. So I just wrap cables around each other, and then today we're just going to chuck them into C&D. They can go in any ports, but C&D is fine. When I coated it, I did 2 separate stacks and it worked. So I put one set of wheels going clockwise and then the other set of wheels going clockwise as well, because they're facing opposite each other. They're different to normal movement motors. If I did movement motors, then it would move like a normal car, but I wanted the front wheels to go one way and the back wheels to go the other way. Basically, the front wheels are going forward and the back wheels are going backwards, and it's constantly battling to try and go forwards and backwards. Then I tried to add my knight. I thought I could add a knight to my robot to make it pretty awesome, to have a knight trying to ride my bucking Bronco, but I had to build some sort of chair for him to sit into somehow. You want to make it so he can kind of sit on there reasonably stable, but then you want him to fall off. So you can't be too stable. I mean, I could secure him with a seat belt and everything and make it stay on there, but the goal is to try and knock him off after a few rocks back and forth. I attached one of those pink frames to the hub, and then I added another one at the back to act like a chair. Sometimes you've got to put little blue beams in so the holes line up on everything. And that was starting to take shape, but it was still very flimsy and he was going to fall off straight away if I didn't do something else. So I had to come up with a few different ideas. I thought I might make the seat a little bit deeper so he could sit in the seat a bit more. So I added the longest black beams to the pink frames by using a couple of long blue pins again, and built something like this. Chuck the back beam on there and put another beam on the other side, and then that just gave it a bit more depth, the seat for him to sit in. And once that was on one end, I could secure it firmly on the other end by doing something similar, just by using a few little black pins and another 7-hole beam. Chucked it in there, looking pretty good. Now it's a bit deeper, but it was still pretty loose. He was still going to fall off straight away unless I did something else. So I thought I might add a couple of biscuits to the side, and that gave the seat a bit of depth for him to sit in. So I just used the black biscuits, doesn't matter what colour they are obviously, put them in there, and now he was a bit more secure, so I thought I might give that a try. And he pretty much fell backwards every time because he was too heavy, or fell frontwards. Because he was too heavy, it would fall over and tip over. So I had to stabilise it a bit by adding something to the front and back, and I thought I'd add a couple of frames like this. So I added a couple of pink frames, one to the front, one to the back, and then it wouldn't tilt too far. It couldn't tip over anymore. It would just tilt back and forth. And he didn't stay on very long, so I tried again. I tried to put him in different positions and bend his legs and arms a little bit more. I thought I might slow it down to a speed of about 50%, see if that made a difference. I don't really think it made that much difference, so I put him back on anyway. I tried it, and when I pressed play, he kind of fell off straight away. So it wasn't very good. I thought I might have a little bit more support for his legs, and then he might not fall off as quickly. But when I did that, he just kind of fell forward and stayed in the forward position, and it looked a bit dodgy. I mean, he stayed on, but it's not what you typically see on a bucking Bronco. So I thought I might just try some different seating positions, and he just kept falling off. I added a bit more weight to the front, obviously because he's sitting towards the back. It's a little bit imbalanced, so I thought I might add a little bit more weight to the front by putting another pink frame on top of the front pink frame. And then I had a bit of a go, and I thought, oh man, he fell straight off. What's going on? So I thought I might change the positions. And then I realised if he dabs like a real dabber, then it might be perfect, because dabbing is often the solution to 9 out of 10 problems. And he was good. He was dabbing and he was riding and he wasn't falling off. And I thought, this is ridiculous. How can dabbing make that much difference? So I thought I might try him with his arms in the air. So after a few dabs, I thought, this is pretty good, but I might try him with his arms in the air. And because surely the dabbing can't make a difference. So I stopped it and I put his arms in the air, and this is what happened. Oh, come on. Surely dabbing isn't the answer. Anyway, here's a look at how I did the wheels. You can pause the video and copy that if you want to. Or come up with your own design. I always encourage people to come up with their own design for things. I don't give building instructions for stuff because I think you can look at this and build it yourself. If you've got your own spike prime set, you should be able to manage this. Okay, so I just built it something like this. Yours could look different, but basically you're going to have one set of wheels going one way, one set of wheels going the other way, and it's going to rock back and forth, baby. If you like this project, check out this one, because I'm really proud of this one.